Hi guys, Yolan here to go back from another video. I'm gonna play 2 table of Russian cash from now, so let's dive into the action. So yeah, it's great to play in Russian cash. A lot of plays I can't really do anymore, like extremely draw bets against most of the pool. It's something that works when you don't know if people know you, but yeah. I'm going to open 3.5 here. I'm gonna explain why. And 9.5 here to defend against 2x. You can mix all defense. Typically should play with huge raw bets, less than geometric. And 9-8 is in the checking region this time. Jack 7 and Queen 8-4, a bit small. So the reason why I open 3.5 is if you see the theoretical defense against 3.5, most people will not defend enough and they will not 3-bet enough. So I will open slightly looser. I will open slightly wider. 9-8 off. Now I'm going to check. I think I lose against... No, I win against pocket 7s. Ooh, pocket 6 was close. Okay, interesting. Yeah, you can do anything with her. You have too much shot value to bluff, and you beat in offense. So yeah, nothing to do. King 5 suited. Let me check. I think I will open 2 optional here. So King 5 suited should be a fold, like it's a mix, but it's a mix directly, and when there are 2 regional players, I will open slightly more here. 7-3 deuce. I'm going to play this as a check, and when both people check, I can play my hand as a bluff here. I think it's going to be the most profitable compared to bet on the flop. Bet on the flop is fine, it's just I prefer to delay my aggression. And the 4, I'm going to check again here. Just go for a check raise, and when both people checks, now those are really capped. In general, regional players don't really know me, so I can do the massive sizing here. I'll bet something like, yeah, 61. I believe both people will fall extremely fast and nobody will call. King 10 off. I'm going to bet small, really small here. I don't think check is great. It's a good card for me. I should bet a lot. When I check, I don't expect enough bluffs from the in-position players. We should bet all the time. So we'll have a fall against big size, so probably better to size down. Check I suit, I'm going to call. This in makes more money as a free bet if they are not for betting enough. I don't know this information, so I will play more conservative. Pocket 7 here, I'm going to bet small. So if you're not these spots and you don't put enough King Jack plus Queen Jack extra, this end start to raise for big size, and that's actually what I'm going to do. I accept most people to size up with their value region, so yeah. Pocket 7s against a raise. In Russian cash, I think you can already fall on the flop, to be honest. Especially from a guy that has 0% free bets. I accept this guy to under check raise most of the time. And now on the 10, I'm going to check here. And now it's a cool situation. Almost run out. Now they have too much Queen 9, King Queen as a bluff, too much river. Now when he check, feels like I don't have any value against this range. Probably in like, I don't know, ace 3 of diamonds, something like this. Nice. No, ace 3 of hearts. That's what I was so close. Gonna check ace 3 off. It's probably better to bet, but yeah, I just didn't have enough time. I focused on the other table. Now facing a small bet here, I'm gonna raise. I can have 8x. He doesn't really have a lot of 8x right now. His sizing is really capped, so most people will have way too many weaker hands like pocket pairs and random stab, and not a lot of people will have 8x in the small region. And if you take, for example, 10 players, 90% of them doesn't have an 8, and 10% of them have an 8. The people who have an 8 can also have other ends. So actually, I'm gonna see 8x really a small percentage of the time. That's why I can really bluff a lot of these spots, because there's... And yes, of course, he can have king x, but as soon as he doesn't have any 8x, I believe king x will fall if I raise the turn plus jam the river, especially in Russian cash where most people are. Pocket 8 here against the 2x open, going to call. What is ace? Ace king. Accept a small bet from my opponent. Pocket 8 will be a call. On a lot of runouts, I can bluff, and I will not have too many bluff in my passive region. I have all the jack 10, queen 10, Queen Jack. I don't think this spot is great to bluff with pocket 8, especially with this timing on the river. He had Queen 10 off. I'm gonna call, but yeah, I'm not really like it. Yeah, King Deuce, okay. If the turn is a 10, I'm always bluffing this, because now I have way less bluff in my perceived region, so I will fold too much to King X region. But not on this runouts. We're gonna fold the turn now, because all the ace queen, queen 9, and 3/4, like pot is really strong. NL200 and also. Yeah, now I'm going to fold. I don't think it's like ace queen too much, but the line is just way too strong. So yeah. And my opponent lead out is not even clean. My 2 cards is not clean. The 10 is not even clean. So just a fold here. Ace Jack on 10 reduce. Oh, basically you should use like around the half pot size. I like to use small sizing with my wall range here. It's one of the only spots where I will simplify even nice stakes, because most people are not defending enough the turn. Super easy to play, and also the EV sacrifice you're doing compared to a complex strategy is actually really low in this spot. On the 6 of diamond, now with Ace Jack, we will barrel here. Jack is not that great because Jack of spade blocks and it's like Queen Jack, King Jack, Ace Jack will fall on the turn, but I still expect too many falls from my opponent, so I will barrel. Evil ends that have poor blocker properties. 6-5 suited, I'm going to 3-bets against cutoff. You can also call, so we mix. Okay, open from Gary Chappelle. I'm going to call 7-6 offsuit. Check 10 off, I'm going to open. Flop is 5, use 3. I should play with half, around half point is okay. A bigger sizing is a fine too. And 7-6 specifically, I feel this hand with the diamond is going to be often in the betting line theoretically, and in practice, I like to milk barrel a lot these spots because he's a good player, so he might found them, but a lot of cards are not going to be defended enough on the turn. Jack 10 I check on the flop, not the king. I'm gonna bet the turn plus the river here. Okay, and 7-6 now. I'm gonna bet 3/4 here. I think you might even have bigger bet sizing. That's okay. And now with Jack 10, I'm gonna bluff. I'm gonna bet 3/4. I'm gonna bet 9.9. I don't have any time. Yeah, I don't think the size is optimal, but didn't have any time bank left. Check back pocket falls. Wow. Okay. And now 7-6. I don't need to jam. He will jam a 6 by himself. So yeah, I will just bet 1/3. No, I will bet half pot. Half pot is better. Ace King wing to open. I really hate this low time bank. I can't even think about it. I think he will just jam a 6 to make for the chop anyway, so I'm fine. Yeah, I think the optimal size is around 1/3, so I'm 1% sure he called an ace. Probably like 40% is fine. Yeah. Ace King on this board, you should play with overbet and check. Mostly 3/4 is also okay. And now on the turn, I'm going to bet the turn here. If all okay. I don't mind checking back. I think betting is a bit better against population. It's not like when you check backs, I use extreme big sizing like in theory, so probably not that useful to go in the checking line here. Yeah, probably not really useful to go in the checking line here. Ace-5 I'm going to open, and 8-6 off shoot against freaks. Yeah, I will fold. 3% free bet. I think the free bet stat is yeah, it's not accurate on GG. Ace-5 shooted against 54 VPAP. I'm going to... I don't have enough time to think about it. It's so tilting. I'm going to check. I think it's a bit better than betting small. Against half pots, I'm going to call... You can raise also. But from a 54 VPAP, no way you can fold this hand. And Queen Jack's so funny. The guy mean raise. That's actually close. I think we still have a profitable call, but if his range is really strong, it should be a fold even against 2x. And now I'm going to bet really big, and I think most of the time he will fold everything. Queen Jack now again decides to fold. Yeah, it's probably a fold pre-flop actually. I'm okay calling a bit wider because I'm in video, but like I just have like 6 blinds to add, and I'll never do mistakes because if you 3-barrel and both the queen, I will fold anyway. So just in case he has a lot of like tens, ace king, I really need to call. I can fold against such a small size. Ace 9 off, I'm going to open. Was it 10-6-5? I'm going to range check here. Strategy I prefer. Ace 3 off, I'm going to open. And on the king, you can play this as a bet on the turn, or just check and bluff the river. I'm gonna bluff the turn with a big size. And ace 3, I'm going to bet 2. Okay, he snap call on the river. We made the 9. It's probably the worst to bluff now. Yeah, I'll check and lose against. I don't really know what he has, to be honest. 6-7 probably, something like this. Jack 10. Yeah, I failed the 10 a little bit, but usually the bet is on the flops. Yeah, it's okay. Ace 9 off. I'm gonna call because I think we're against 2 directional players, and he only opens 2x, so this hand is profitable as a call, but if it's 2.5 call, this hand is a fold. Because you make dominated toppers, you prefer the hands. Like, for free should have Niger heavy. So this guy checked really fast. This guy bet only 2.5. So I'm going to take the spot here. So I think they're both weak. And I'm gonna say something like 8.1 and expect too many fold multiple street here. I also expect people mostly to raise sets when... Well, first I expect them to bet bigger on the flop with sets. And if he calls, I'll bluff all the time. Because it's something I already said in one video. People are not going to take the risk to do fake timing tell and wait the absolute last frame to call. So when he tanks so much in call at the very last seconds, I know he's just weak, so I can bluff all the time on the turn plus the river. And yeah, I think set will bet bigger, and when they have 10x and I 3 barrels, a lot of runners will just overfold because they don't have too many bluffs in my perceived region. So it's the type of spots you can take often. Bet bigger, and when they have 10x and I 3 barrels, a lot of runners will just overfold because they don't have too many bluffs in my perceived region. So it's the type of spots you can take often. Okay, bought his ace queen 6, and with king 10 now you can play this as a big bet. You can have some small bets on ace queen 6, especially when the board doesn't have a flush draw, but yeah, probably not too much. And queen 10 is a mix between check and bets with a big size. I'm gonna pot here. And you can also pot tens like ace 8, ace 9 at some frequency. Ace 7 off against 2x and 2x. And right now, with my nickname, I try to squeeze just a bit less. Because when people know that you squeeze a lot, people know that you are really aggressive. It becomes not too attractive to be too aggressive. Ace 7 off now against 2 checks. I think I'm just gonna do like really massive sizing now. I can also check and bluff the river, but I'll not have too many value in my perceived region. In position check so fast, small one check so fast, we just have nothing. So I'll bluff SI because SI doesn't have too much showdown value. King 10, I'll put this in the 3/4. You put pressure to like ace 5, ace 4, ace deuce, ace 7, ace 8, ace 9. So I'm just over bluffing a bit. It's okay, but it's not the end you should take. Okay, he 10 call, so mostly a very strong hand or weak hand, because I expect like ace 10 to call faster. Most of the time, it will be the case all the time. And now on the river, she has all the jack 7, but it's gonna put like his ace 8, ace 6, ace queen, a very tough spot when I jam. I think jack 10 is gonna check faster on the river. I'm gonna jam here. I think it's the highest TV move. He will have some jack 10 for sure, but yeah, it's still very difficult to defend now on the river when I jam. When I pot or I bet 60, I have more like queens, kings, ace, king, but I think it's okay here. Most people will fold 2 pair. He fold. When you play against a recreational player, they don't defend enough big blinds, they don't raise enough against limp, so I can open strong hands and limp the bottom. 100% VPAP against a recreational player. Of course, if he's aggressive and he's a lot, I will not limp the weaker region. Yeah, most of the times he'll just play passive, 2 passive post pre-flop, and also they'll play 2 passively post-flop. King 7, I'm going to open. King 3 off, going to fold. When I suited, I will open. King 7 on 10-6-6. I'm gonna check. Okay, when he check, his range is capped. So you can either like bet turn and bet the river, or you can place check raise also. And when he check, you just bluff. And now the jack is a good card. I'm going to bet pot. I think I can even maybe size a bit bigger. Yeah, I'll size 9. And you put the ace queen, ace 9, ace 8 suited, 7s, 8s, 4s, 5 in the top spots. And you might think, yeah, when people check backs are capped, so you can bet the turn all the time, but you have 2 ways of exploiting that. You can either bet on the turn, or you can wait for them to bet small on the turn and check raise or bet the river. Like, both lines are fine. But I think check is a bit superior in EV, because when you double check overbet, you don't really represent a lot of bluffs. So it's a decent line here. King 7 off here. I'm going to place the 3 bets, especially against 2x. He lead the flop. We always have a call with king 7. It's just too weak to raise and too strong to fold. Always a call. 7-6. I'm gonna check. I don't like the bet on the turn again, but we might still have like ace jack, queen 10. So I'm not going to fold top pair. 6 and he jam. Yeah, now I think the range is just too strong. I can have a lot of flushes, can have all the ace queen. And when he snap jam here, I think it's just a really strong end, so I'm gonna fold. And in this sizing now with 7-6. The 8 is really not that clean. I'm gonna fold directly on the flop. Queen jack suited with squeeze, and he raised really small with a lot of free bets. Quite suspicious. I'm going to call, not to jam. To play lower stacks, it's probably better to fold against this type of sizing. But against a guy that might be a bit more aggressive, it's super easy for him to overbluff. 1/3 is quite weak. I expect aces, queens to size always lower, so I'm going to call. And I think I'm not gonna fold against a bet here, except if he jams the turn. But I expect most people not to jam with ends like aces, kings. Okay, he check. I'm going to check now, because jacks and tens are not betting 1/3 on the flop, I believe. And now when he jams, it will be difficult. Queen jack suited, okay. I was suspicious pre-flop with the timing plus the size. But I'm not going to show any like 5-bet jam with queen jack suited. Ace king on ace 10 free, small blind against UTG, should play with big sizing. I don't mind checking ace king actually. I prefer to check without diamond. Yeah, I'm gonna play this as a big bet, and small blind doesn't really work too much. I'll check some ace king without the diamond. Ace 9 I'm going to open. I'm going to check freeway against 2 directional player. Probably not directional, but a really wet call 4-bet size. He bets really small, it's interesting. Going to call here. I think can make fold the 2 pairs here. And he doesn't have too many queen x when he snap check, and this guy doesn't have too many queen x either. I'm gonna bet this sizing because I'm gonna lose too much against 2 pairs here, so I want to bluff. Yeah, too many like king 10, king jack, jack 10, all this type of stuff. Ace 4 against an open. Can play this against a call or 3 bets, so I'll call this time. Against most sizing, this end is a call. I know it's quite tempting to raise 2 pair, but you have a poor equity realization and a lot of runouts are going to create great 2 pair on Yolan's range. Like at 10, he will have ace 10, jack, he will have ace jack, ace 4. I'm gonna check again on the turn. You can bet small also. Against the pool, it's okay. And typically, you should mostly play with bigger bet sizing. However, I don't mind betting small against the pool, as I said. Against check 3/4, looks quite strong actually. Yeah, I'm gonna fold directly on the turn. Yeah, I'm gonna fold. I think it's too much ace-6 compared to only like 9-10 here. It happens. I'm gonna fold. And ace-4 now. I'm gonna bet small because I don't expect enough clubs to play this way. So I'm fine. And you can value bet ends like ace-8, ace-3, ace-deuce, ace-5, ace-6 without diamond, king, queen, king, jack also if he doesn't believe you. So I still think you should value bet 2 pair, but the maximum sizing you should do is only 1 blind, because if you start to betting a bigger sizing, you will just value bet yourself and then you will lose EV. Queen 9 suited against the freaks open. I'm going to play this as a call. Ace 9 off, I'm going to open. Okay, flop. I didn't play too much this week, so need to study again the flop texture to know them perfectly. And this texture can play as big half pots. Having small will be used also. And with Queen 9, I'm going to play as with the half pot size. King Queen suited here, I'm going to fold. I expect too much call, fold, and call, fold, so I'm fine. Here is freaks. I'm a bit suspicious when I play against this type of size. Queen 3 suited against 2.5. You can 3-bet this sometimes, so I'll 3-bet this time. Check on the 10. I'm gonna check and let him bluff the river. I don't think betting the turn is really interesting. Like, I will not value bet too many hands. A lot of hands will just draw dead and can bluff the river when I check back. Because now a lot of weaker holding like 5-7, 5-8, 6-7, 6-4 suited. So better to play this as a check against Yolan's range. Just hesitate to bluff now, and I will snap call if you bluff. You know, you always have the weaker end because he will not tank at his last second, except if he saw my video and he expected me to think this, but I don't think it will happen. So yeah, probably just a cheap bluff here, or like a really weak value bets. I'm just going to raise really small. Yeah, I'm gonna raise 13. He has 7 to put into 43. It will help him to re-raise bluffs if he wants. So I will never fold now. Given what I said, he will just fold. It was a cheap bluff, I guess. Oh no, he called. Okay. 7s. Yeah, this was a cheap value bet. This was a small value bet. So yeah, jamming was not useful. Here you just need to click, so you let him re-raise the bluff. Extend off. Fold. And as you see, play with timings is really important. The reason why I like to take this type of hands like Queen 8, Queen 9 is because when I like 6 or 4 come, I can jam and second call. I have 0 bluff. So it it helps me having bluffs on Rena's way tough to find bluffs usually. But still, like 7-8 is better than Queen 8. Because King Queens doesn't play as three quarter often. Usually play in the passive line on the flop because it's top set. 8-9 suited. I'm going to fold. I see too many players folding. Don't, but he has 50% free bet. I know he doesn't have 50%. It's a bug, but it just means he free bets more than other people. I'm okay to call, but if he has a standard free bet frequency, you can fold. 8-9 against a big sizing. So if you bet the three quarter size too much, I will win money because he fold a lot of equity. And even if he call now with the queen plus and he's too scared to jam, I can jam close to every turn. Not every turn, but like a 10, a 9 I will have nuts, 7 I can make a bluff and I will have not too many bluff in Percy region. A 5 I will have gut shot of clubs, I will have flush draw. The king I have nothing. So yeah, can't really do too many things. His range is still quite weak. I block 8s. He has like ace jack queens jack 10 now, so I'm going to bet the turn plus the river here. I'm gonna bet 26. I'm gonna jam the river. I expect enough fold with queen jack, ace jack. The only problem is if he knows me, I expect random call sometimes, so that's why I do less bluff that before was profitable, but I still think it's really difficult. I even expect fold on turn from jack x, and now if he calls the turn, will he fold the river? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm gonna check. Yeah, I'm not gonna bluff this hand. He doesn't have jacks with this sizing. Now his only value is just he has 2 king jack suited combos. He has only 1 8, and he has all the like queen 10, 9 10. So that's a call. Let's see. I will lose sometimes. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, jeez. Well, I guess I was right on my read, but I don't understand what he's doing right now. I'm representing 2 polars, so he will not jam if he doesn't like he's considered the call on the flop. And even if I think most people will fold. And he has all the queen 10. The queen 10 is calling on the flop, queen 10 is calling on the turn. And I expect people to check back queen 10. So they have like 7 pure bluff combos and they only have like king jack. So it's always a call, actually. It's so weird. I mean, of course, if you always jam jack x, I mean, a really shitty spot, but that's so weird. I don't know what he was doing, to be honest. I think he just tried to make fall jack, to be honest. Quite funny move, really unexpected. So sixes we can play with small bet or check. You don't want to play with big sizing too much. And facing a raise, I'm going to call. Turn is a free. I'm going to check. Queen jack. I'm gonna bet big. I'm a bit disappointed to lose against jack 9. I guess sometimes it happens. He bet big. I think this is still a call, but I don't really like it too much. And now I'm gonna check. Let's see what he does. Ace 5 against players. I'm gonna check. Oh, come on. I think full house stays down, so he only have 6 4s suited to combos and ace 4s. No, I'm not folding. And even ace 4 still have out, so yep, you can fold. Ace 5 off. I don't really like it, but I can bluff clubs through now, so I'm often behind with this guy's size this way, but I expect too many situations where like a clubs come, check, I can bluff, and I'm just behind when he played this way, so I'm just gonna fold. What is ace 5 deuce? Not a perfect board, but still a decent board. I'm going to bet 15% pot with my wall ranges, because I expect this line to work really well. So I'll size aces, ace king the same way. K7s, I'm going to bet small. Pocket kings on the 8s. Nothing to do here, just to check. Let's see what we do on the river. I think I'm gonna jam now. It's really tough for me to find a bluff, and now when he has ace queen, ace jack, ace 10, it's really difficult for him. So I'm just gonna jam, try to make fold an ace. 7s, I'm going to check. And I don't expect full house to bet with this size, especially as fast, but mostly this size. Aces on 5 deuce 3. I'm going to play with the half pot sizing. It's fine. I mean, close to half pot. Jacks 9 against how much VPAP? 36. Yeah, I'm going to free bet. I expect a huge correlation between people who are not free betting enough and people who are not for betting enough. I mean, he only have 47 hands. It's not a big sample, but most directional players under free bets. So as soon as I see that they're opening a bit too much and on the 4 bets, then the free bet with this type of folding makes money. And also in 200 now, most of this position are not going to call for bet enough. So you have a better AV competitor in the spots. Now on this flop, I'm going to bet 1/3. I don't mind checking back also. Options are fine. Yeah, I'm gonna fold. I think the raise size is too big, so it's either like very strong draws or 5-6. So yeah, he got me on this one, even if he doesn't have sets. I just feel like when he doesn't have 5-6, but I'm going to fold. It's the most conservative option. 8-4 suited, I'm going to open against a recreational player. Oh, if I'm going to call. On this flop, I'm going to check. Can play this with small check. Some bigger bets is decent. H3 off. On the king, I'm going to play this as a check. No, I'm gonna bet big here. I'm gonna bet 11. And 8-4, I'm gonna fold. Spot is strong, I don't have any backdoor flush draws. Prefer to put this in the fold. I'll not fold with the backdoor here. 7s I'm going to open. If 4 bets, okay. Well, I'm going to call. With 10s. Okay, board is 9-9-8. Check. I feel this is just in the check jam. I guess they're not a game enough to know that it's a situation with stuff for me to defend. And I expect aces not to bet 1/3. So and jacks can call pre-flop. So mainly queens, kings, and he might have all the ace king, all the ace queen, and all his bluff in the side. So it tends to just be a jam. And if he has kings without flaps, I have like 15% equity, even more. Yeah, I have like 17 in the worst case scenario. So he had aces still, but I think jam is completely decent, especially on this board. Because I have like 70%. Okay, let's run it twice. He didn't once, and we're going to make the queen on the river. Diamonds. That's not the queen. R5 is not good. So yeah, some people have still aces in the 1/3 size. I don't really see the interest of betting 1/3, to be honest. Except letting me jamming with 10s. Quite funny. Okay, pocket 7s I'm going to open, and ace 10 off I'm going to call. Okay, on the flop I'm going to call. Okay. It's mostly a weaker king. Or it's jack, or I don't know. I'm gonna bet 9.9 here. I don't have too many bluffs in my passive region. Okay, he folds. Interesting. I'm going to end this video now, so hope you like it. If you like it, like and subscribe. And yeah, see you for the next one. Bye guys.